Evening people, welcome back to the channel, welcome back. Let me know if the sound's alright. I think my mic was a little bit loud yesterday. I might just nip that down a little bit. Let's just give it a little bit of that. I'll change it in the stream as well. So tonight we've got Mature Racing Club's Team Oliver Racing Gr3 League. So we are live from Suzuka tonight for a 50-minute enduro, 50 minutes. So strategy key tonight. Let's go and have a quick look at points. I think people not out on track yet. Qualifying just starting, so they're only on out laps as we speak. So leading the way in Pro, TNR Philo with 203 points, Fat Pickles Bro with 189 points, Potomac Part in third with 184 points, Superfast Bobby, now NRT Bobby, 149 points in fourth, Dangly Ball in fifth, Superfast Bobby 149, sorry, Dangly Balls 139, Surfer Ev 135, Jambu on a 123, Ben Cosgrove 91 points, GT Deliby 82 points, Perzel on 66 points, Diablo is on 63 points, CRT Miller Man is on 54 points, JRC Racing on 48 points, James Harben 14th for 46 points, Tabron 15th, he's got 40 points, G Marge in 16th with 37 points, and Burnt Fry in 17th with 29 points. So that's points as of last week. Some of these drivers not racing in this league anymore. We have got a full lobby tonight. Should make for some good racing. Suzuka circuit as well. Lots of little twists and turns. Let's see how they get on. Alright. Should make that a bit bigger. There we go. I can see you lot chatting if I need to. I don't know who Magix X is. I've no idea. Let's turn the usual nonsense on for you. Right, so we are into qualifying. They are on hot laps now. TNR Philo, first man out on track. I believe TNR Philo has been a naughty boy and picked up a penalty from last week. Let's just see if we can pull that out. I'm getting a little bit of interference somewhere. Let me know if that's coming through on the stream. Did Philo get a telling off? Let's have a look. Oh. Okay, so he's not going to get a grid penalty or anything. It's TNR Philo 10-second time penalty added to results for overtaking whilst carrying a penalty. It drops him down to P7 in race 2 last week, so dropping a load of points then, TNR Philo. A lot to gain from this week from him then. NRT Bobby, also Renault driver, very popular this season. Now for the count. Evening, how you doing? This should be a good one, yeah. No interference that side, that's good. Yeah, Renault's a popular car. Quite stable, doesn't go through tyres that quick. Person in the Lexus. Surfer Ev, winner of race 2 last week in third now in the Mercedes. Perzel in the Lexus also. Just looked at Perzel. I meant, where's he gone? Jambu, is he in the lobby? Yes, he is. He's also in the Lexus father and son team. So not everyone across the line yet. But Philo is holding that pole position at the minute. 156.8 from him. Bobby's on a 157.6. Pot's got himself up into third in the Mitsubishi, 157.7 for Potter. Making his car look very similar to the Team Oliver Racing truck. Sponsors of tonight's race. Big shout out to Stuart and Michael over at Team Oliver Racing, and a big shout out to the boys at Martin Oliver Racing as well. Martin Oliver Racing, Martin Oliver Transport. So Diablo in the Mercedes up into fourth. He's on a 157.9. Surfer Ev 158.5. James Harbin also in a Renault 158.6. Purcell Lexus 158.8. GT Denny B in the Subaru 159.2. G Marge Lexus 159.4. 10th for Fat Pickles at the minute. 2 minutes 0.42 for him. Dagley Ball 209.9. Jambu 221s. 225, so maybe these guys just backing off, giving themselves a bit of space, maybe getting it wrong. John Raz in the lobby. Evening, John. 56.8, but not blue, therefore doesn't count, so possibly picking up a penalty. And Magix, I don't know who you are, but Mercedes driver, yeah, to put a hot lap in. Glory shots of Philo for a second. That's what I want. Back straight then for Philo, up towards the infamous 130R. Full tilt 7th gear through there for TNR Philo. Let's see what he's got. A bit of wear on those tyres. He's got 156.6, so he's gone faster again. 157.6 this time. John Raz getting himself up into second with a 157.5. NRT Bobby still third. Not managed to better that time. He is coming around to this final turn. Let's just stick on board with him, see what he does. Not quick at 203. Oh, he's been in for fresh tyres. Potter coming in for fresh tyres as well. Tan Braun, he's on a 157.8 for fifth. Diablo pushed down to 6 now, 157.9. What's he got on this next lap? That's an out lap, so that's not going to count. 212. James Harbin just coming out on a fresh set of boots, 157.9 for him. Jambu in 8th, also on an out lap, 158.2 on the board for him currently. Surfer Ev 9th, not managed to better that lap 2, 158.5. Purcell as well, lap 2. GT Delhi B 159.1, so he's got another 10th quicker. G Marge got a little bit quicker as well, 159.3. Fat Pickles still Finally able to get it under the 2-minute barrier. Dangling balls, also 1:58.8, so close to the 2-minute barrier. John Raz in the background, taking all sorts of lines out of the Degners. Nice livery you've got there. I wonder who did that. Ben, evening. That's a shame. I forget why you can't race. You got, I don't know what you've got. Just remember seeing something about Ben not racing. So the newcomer Magix, he's got himself up into third with a 1:57.2. I don't remember seeing a new driver join this lobby, join this group. I do miss a lot. There's a lot going on in these chat groups. Lack of broadband, that was right. Yeah, what a pain. So Magic, he comes in the pits then. He's going on for a fresh set of boots, see if he can better that time. Well, we're 11 minutes into quali. You boys having a 20-minute quali for this Enduro, or are you sticking at 15 minutes? I suppose we'll find out in a couple of minutes, won't we? Are you currently cading off your mobile data then, Ben? Is that what you're doing? I was lucky at the time when I had Orange broadband and Orange phones, or EE as they were. They knocked us out for a week, broadband wise, and I says, well, what am I supposed to do? Obviously I wasn't streaming then at the time. Or was I? No, I think I was. That's right, they'd killed my internet. The box had been run over or something. It took them like 2 weeks to fix it. They gave us like 30 gig each a week of free data. Ring them up, give them jip. 152s. I don't believe you. Bobby's got himself back up into second, 156.8. He's back in for a fresh set of boots. So Magic's back out on that fresh set as well. On the soft tyre he's gone for this time. Okay, so it's still 15-minute quali, 10-minute break in between quali and the race, just to give the guys a tiny bit of a break. Where you gone? So they've got to use one set of racing softs, one set of racing mediums, and one set of racing hard throughout the whole race. Only those 3 sets. They can come in the pits whenever they want for fuel and repairs, etc., but they are only allowed to come in for those. Obviously they'll start on a set and they come in for 2 more sets. So strategy being playing a big part in tonight's race. John Raz pushed down into 5th, then Potter and Pot going that little bit quicker, 157.5. Serve your penalties before overtaking anyone. Yeah, you don't need to know about that. Good luck. There's a little bit of a train following Potter, getting a slight toe off him. As you got Surfer Ev and Purzel. Have they kept it clean through? They have, through the casino chicane. Triangle as it's called. Potter holding onto that 4th. Right, let's have a run through. Philo quicker again, 156.1. NRT Bobby, he's He's on a 156.8, going slow on his outlap by the looks of things, taking his time. Magic's holding on to third, so he is on his outlap, sorry, on his hot lap now after that stop. Clear track in front of him. There's only a couple of corners to go. There's only 15 seconds left of this qualifying session anyway. Let's just see what Magic's has got. He has been pushed down into fourth. Tabaron's gone quicker. I'll have a flick up to Tabaron's time in a second. 156.3, so he gets himself up into second, does Magic. So, Philo, 156.1, top spot on a hot lap though. Magic's second. On that 156.3. Bobby now third. He's now on a hot lap. His fastest is 156.8 for Bob. Tabaron in fourth and pushed down. 156.9 was his time. John Raz fifth. Potomac Pot sixth. Potomac Pot fifth. Someone's chucked themselves in the pits. You don't want to be doing that. James Harbin in sixth then, who's got themselves in the pits. Why does it flick me back up to TNR Philo? What's going on? Who's in the pits? Jambu, get yourself out of the pits. Someone else is in the pits. And you, get out of the pits. You'll lose your time. Unless you're meant to be losing your time. I don't know. But that's pretty much qualifying over. We're just going to wait for people to finish their hot laps. People like NRT Bob. Yeah, we did work out was no returns, thanks. I'm sure there's some other names. NRT Bobby. 155.928 right at the end of qualifying there, Bob. He's going to go and smash it in the wall just for giggles. Not quite. He needs to get himself back out of the pits. Tabaron. What? Where's Bob gone? Get out of the pits, Bob. Philo also in the pits. So Tabaron. Oh no. But what? 156.9 for Tabaron. What did Bob get? Needs to get across that first timing mark before it'll count for him. Just giving a Philo a shout to get out of the pits as well, otherwise he's going to lose his time. You've got to get across that first timing line if you leave and come back. Not sure if they changed it. It didn't happen the other night in a lobby. But I don't want to jinx it and tell people to go ahead and do it. So Bobby then goes across that timing line, takes his first place back. Diablo now sitting in the pits. Philo. No, keep going, Philo. Keep going. First timing line, Philo. It upsets me when you lot do that because then your positions change and I can't really read out who's where. That's it then, just waiting for everyone to get back out of the pits, resume their places. No more hot laps. Philo get across that timing line. Got someone doing donuts. That's probably NRT Bobby. Oh no, it's not. Who's that doing donuts on the bridge? There we go, G-Marge. Trying to take out a set of tyres before the race begins. Ram it all the way up into 6th, G-Marge. 6, pam! Get those things spinning at like 170. you got to do. Slam it all the way into 6 and just keep up. They go in seconds. Philo then has got himself. Where's Bob's left the room again? Well, if Potter sets the room up by hand, Bob might be alright. Big pile of smoke from NRT Bobby then as he gets off the line of the little practice start. Bob, get across that line. Everyone needs to get out of the pits, that's what they need to do. Cross the timing line and park up, damn it. Still got G-Marge doing donuts on the bridge. Struggle to get that thing in a straight line now. Idle Gaming, how you doing? Idle 4 Gaming. So Bobby taking that top spot then. His time of 1:55.9, I believe. TNR Philo. Yeah, it was. Right. Remember, 3 sets of tyres, people. Everyone get through sector 1, please. Otherwise, you won't get your time. Someone's still parked in the pits. Not anymore, they're out. Don't start it yet, Potter. Yes, Bobby taking it with a 1:55.928 then. I'm good, thanks. I'm good, cheers, mate. See how Magic 6 gets on tonight. New driver, not seen John Raz race either. The other half of Chrissy. But it may be Chrissy. It may be John. So I think everyone in their rightful places. NRT Bobby taking top spot, Philo second, Magic in third, Tabron fourth, John Raz in fifth, James Harben sixth, Jambu seventh, Fat Pickles in eighth, Diablo ninth, G-Marge 10th. Oh, there's no pot in the room, I don't think. I think they're dead, G-Marge. I think we've done them. Purzel in 11th, Dangly Balls 12th, Surfer Ev 13th, and GT Deli B 14th, although we've got to slot Potter into this room somewhere. So he's back in. Where are you, Potter? Fifth or something? Potter himself has got to make it across that timing line now. Race about to start then, 50-minute enduro, 3 sets of tyres only to be used, 1 set of softs, 1 set of mediums and 1 set of hards. Entirely up to them what they start with, entirely up to them how they run this race as well. So Potter slowing down, we'll see him probably ghost out in a second. Someone going backwards on track. A little practice start from Potter. Bob all calm. TNR Philo just chilling round. Magic. Just having a little play through the kink. 200R that one, I think. Tap run through 130. Raz just waiting. Potter just got to press the button. This will be it then. Potter giving everyone the shout. Stay out the pits, people. Here we go then. Just stick with Fat Pickles while he's donutting around there. Full lobby tonight then, full 15 drivers. A 50-minute enduro coming up. Bobby taking top spot right at the end of qualifying. Chucks himself into pole. See how the little Renaults get on tonight. So revs up. Away again, a big pile of tyre smoke from Bob, but he's gone away well. Magic's has gone away well as well, trying to get down the inside of Bob. Tabaron's looking for a way through as well. Almost 3 wide in there, but Magic's has got himself through to the front of the pack already. Closely followed by Bob. Tabaron up into 3rd, then Potter into 4th. Philo down to 5th from 2nd. Jambu 6th, John Raz 7th, Diablo 8th. James Harmon 9th, Fat Pickles Bro in 10th. GT Deli B in 11th. He's got Surfer Ev right on his heels. Going for a different line through there for Surfer Ev. And Dangly Balls in 13th. Trying to make a move down towards Degnar. Surfer Ev just losing a bit of time there, being pushed pretty much to the back of the pack. Down in 14th. Purcell though, what's happened to Purcell? I did think I saw a yellow car off track in the S's. Purcell all the way down in 15th and 5.7 seconds back as well. Back up front with Magics. He's pulled 1.2 seconds gap over 2nd place NRT Bobby. So he's come out on the medium tyre to start with. That gives him the hards and the softs left to play with. NRT Bobby's gone for the hard tyre straight off the bat. Get rid of that early on. He's got Tabaron right behind him though, coming up the back straight, looking to make a move as they head up towards 130R. Potter and Pop closing up on this little fight as well. So Potter, wow, Bob's had to run it a bit wide through there with those hard tyres on. It's allowed Potter through. Has it allowed Philo through? It has. Philo on the mediums. So Bobby pushed down to 5th, under pressure from Jambu for that position already. Jambu nearly side by side with Bob. Took himself back in the slipstream. Also out on the medium tyres. He's going to sling one up the inside in turn 1. Doesn't make it work. Has to hold on to 6th. John Raz 7th still. Diablo looking a little bit dangerous through turn 1. Holding 8th at the minute. There's a bit of a gap back to 9th. 2.2 seconds back to Fat Pickles Bro in the BMW. James Harmon for company through there. There's another big gap back to Surfer Ev, 3.6 seconds. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened to Surfer. He was just losing positions. So he's in 11th. Half a second over G Margin 12th. Another 1.5 back to Dagley Ball. Another 10 seconds back to Deli B. Deli B's got it wrong somewhere. Maybe turn 1. Purzel then 19.7 seconds back. Oh, he's picked up damage, Purzel. Looks like turn 1 as well. A long way back to the pits for him. So up front, Magic still leads. Tabron's got himself second. Potter McPot third. Philo fourth. Philo's right on Potter's tail. Tabron starting to pull a gap from Potter as well. So with Potter looking back at Philo. Potter's going slightly defensive through 130. Holds it over to the right hand side of the track. Philo's played the dummy on him. Short one back up the inside. It's a good move from Philo. Allows him into third. Potter just getting a bit tail happy on the exit. So Potter fourth. NLT Bobby fifth. It's a bit of a battle going off behind. Let's just jump back to that. John Raz Jambu 6th and 7th. Whoa, John Raz slings it across the track just in front of Jambu. Holds on to that 6 in the Mitsubishi. Lexus though. Trying to cling on to John Raz in 6th. Just got to worry about Diablo behind him as well. Not that far back, only 0.8 of a second. Another second back to Fat Pickles. He's pulled some time back in the BMW. Dropped some time to James Harmon as well, so 1.4 seconds back for James in the Renault. Obviously not performing as well as the two up front. Surfer Ev in 11th still. He's managed to pull a bit of a gap from G Marge. It's only 1.8 back from James. Big gap developed between G Marge and Dagley Ball. 4.6 seconds. Another 9 seconds back to DT Deli B. And yeah, Purzel prepared now, but 39 seconds back. We're only 4.5 minutes in. 5.5 minutes in. So Tabron looking to close that gap up on Magix. It was below a second. It just gets it below a second again. Philo 1.7 seconds back. Potter's not been dropped off this fight yet, only 3/4 of a second back. Getting a little bit closer as well with the toe. Do just want to keep an eye on this fight between Magix and Tabron, see if that gap can come down. Change that up, get up to the old bumper cam. So 0.7 of a second as they head down towards Degner. Used to be a great big curve this corner, and they chopped it into these two naughty turns. That's all they can be described as. Still 0.8 of a second between himself and Magix. Closes up into the hairpin. Magix tricks himself out of the way. He doesn't want to give any kind of advantage to Tabron. Half a second the gap. 2 seconds behind to TNR Philo. Can Tabron keep it clean through here? Keep the gap between himself and Magix and go for a move up the hill. He's on the soft tyre. So 0.4 of a second closing. Might be a little bit too far back to make the move into 130R this time. Might sling one up the inside of the Casino triangle though. No, Magic's has gone defensive. Can he get a good run? Oh, a little bit tail happy on the exit. Still only 0.3 of a second in it. He's going to be able to make this stick, I think. Oh, Magic's is clinging to that inside of the track. Fortunately, Magic's just carrying that little bit of just enough speed to fend off Tabron, but he's all over the rear end of him. This battle is slowing them down. TNR Philo closing the gap, 1.4 seconds, dragging Potomac Pot with him. Tabron looking down the inside, didn't make it work through there. Gets the tighter line through there as well. Magic's doing everything he can to try and fend off the attack from Tabron. Down towards the Degners again. Magic's going defensive. Oh, slightly compromised. He's had to slow himself down rather than run off track. He's kept himself in touch though. Down towards the hairpin. Again, this is just allowed. Wait for this hairpin to be over. TNR Philo in the rearview mirror, closing up rapidly there in the yellow Renault. There he is. Potomac Pot not that far back either. On here between Tabron and Magic's. Magic's going defensive again. Tabron carrying all sorts of speed through there. Magic's holds onto it. Again, can he keep it up the hill? It's not working for him at the minute. He's still got to worry about TNR Philo behind him. Top three then starting to get closely packed together. Bit of a gap back to Potter now, 1.8 seconds. Time over NRT Bobby, 4.2 seconds. He's now a slight threat from Jambu in 6th. Himself past John Raz. 1.7 second gap developed there as well. 3.9 back to Fat Pickles in 8th. He's now got Surfer Ev up into 9th, looking for 8th. Surfer Ev slotting himself through then into 8th position. 14 seconds off race lead. He's got the bit between his teeth after last week's win. Told me he was going to smash everyone. That's what he told me. Phil, how you doing? This is Pro League, mate. This is Pro League. If you want Pro Am League, you've got to go find CJW on Twitch. Surfer just holding on to that 8th, getting a little bit tail happy. Fat Pickles Bro not able to take advantage. Diablo 10th. He's got G Marge looking to get past him. On the hards as well, Diablo. This is going to be a difficult fight. Marge on the mediums. James Harbour pushed all the way down to 12th. He's out on the hards as well. And Dangly Balls in 13th. Hard tyres for Dangly. GT Delhi B. Hard tyres for him as well in 14th. And then Purzel. He's on the hard tyre. He's spun himself off track. He's picked up damage. So, if you can do it, apart from flip your car upside down, Purzel's pretty much done it. Wow, just catch up with Magic's under pressure from Tabron again. Philo's still there. Potomac Pot's going to be able to close this gap up with these three battling it out. 1.2 seconds the gap back to the 4th place driver. He's only got to gain a 10th or 2 and he'll start getting back into the slipstream. Real good fight developing here. So on board with Magic's Tabron looking around the outside of the Casino. TNR Philo's still there. Potter's definitely closing that gap up. Tabron. He's looking around the outside. He's got to run it down to here again. Megan's just putting his car in exactly the right place. Trying to run it around the side by side with Magic's through there. Magic's got the advantage into the S's too. Nothing Tabron can do. He's tried every line so far. Philo just tucked in the background in third, just waiting for his chance. Pot in fourth, closing up on this battle. 37 minutes left to race. Into Degner 1, into Degner 2, down towards the hairpin. Oh, Tabron going down the inside of the hairpin. He might have run himself a little bit deep. A little bit of contact between Magix and Philo. Magix going from first to third there. Tabron though, slinging one up the inside of the hairpin. I thought he was going to run it wide. I did think Magix was going to get the run back on him. But he just got involved in a little bit of door banging with TNR Philo. Slowed his progress down, allowed Tabron to keep that position. And that has allowed Potter to close back at 1.1 seconds as they head up the hill. Just flick back over to 1.2. So Tabron now leads. Philo having to go defensive from Magic's attack. Potter picking himself up a penalty. So it looks like he got the casino chicane a little bit wrong. He's now 1.4 seconds back and a second penalty to lose. Still nothing in it between these top three. Potter and Pot trying to close this gap back up. NRT Bobby on those hard tyres, doing not too bad a job holding fifth. He's managed to fend off Jambu. Jambu on the mediums, a lot more wear on his tyres. Billy, how you doing, buddy? Buddy, all right? So John Raz 7th still. Surfer Ev 8th. Close that gap up on John, looking for that position. Fat Pickles Bro still within a shout as well. So Diablo on the hards, 4.9 seconds back in 10th. James Harbin 11th, another 2.5 back. G Marge 12th. It's 1.3 back from James Harbin. GT Deli B now 13th, almost 14th. He's having a bit of a battle with his 14th. Dangley Ball gets himself down the inside. Dangley Ball been in the pits, ditched his hards, back out on a set of softs. Deli B on the hards, then in 14th. And Purcell also on the hards, but yeah, picking up damage and all sorts of things for Purcell early on in this race. That's why he's 40 seconds back, unfortunately. So Tabron still leads. Philo still fending off Magix. Tabron, what have you done? What have you done? Oh, that's got to be a glitch of some description. I don't know. I don't see him spinning. Oh no, maybe just getting it totally wrong at the chicane. There he is, just hemorrhaging positions. 9th now, leading the race 10 seconds ago. And a big squidge of red on those softs for the pleasure. Spinning that car around and getting the tyres all hot and bothered. That's not going to help. That pushes Philo up into P1 then. Magix into second. Potter McPot just less than a second. Has just crept over a second in third. Bobby 4th. Jambu 5th. Still not managed to close that gap back up. Surfer Ev 6th then. So John Raz looks like he's got it wrong somewhere. Fat Pickles Bro's got past him and Surfer. Possibly having to make avoiding action for Tabron. So James in 10th. Diablo still 11th. G Marge closed that gap right up on him. Purcell in the pits now then, taking on board fuel, getting rid of those hard tyres. He will come out with a set of... Oh, he's sticking on the hards, is he? Well, we'll see how that gets. See how that works out for him later on. Magix and Philo having a right good punch up here. Let's get a bit of bonnet camp. So Philo now having to go defensive. Magix can't slot one down the inside there. He's carrying an awful lot of speed though. Can he carry the speed? No, the little tiny Renault just slings one back up the inside under braking. Still got Potter just in the background there as well. Still got a little bit of a penalty, but he's now 1.4 seconds back. So dropping that penalty just cost him a little bit of time. We'll see if he can claw that back later on. Magix in the meantime still trying to get past Philo in top spot. We'll find out tonight, won't we, Bill? He's got enough on board at the minute. Where is he? Fourth. Yeah, he's got just under a quarter of a tank. Not doing for a lap or two. So on board with Philo with an attacking Magix trying to sling one up the inside of the hairpin. Unable to keep the power on. Down towards Spoon. Again, just not quite able to catch up with the little Renault before it's time to sling one up the inside, but he's got a good run through the second part of Spoon. Really close to TNR. Philo's the head up the hill. Philo's going to make it as hard as he can though. Magix is backed out of it. He's going defensive again. Nothing Magix can do. Hard on the brakes into the chicane. Got to try again down this start-finish straight. Again, you're going to see Philo chuck it up against pit wall. Nothing that Magix can do about that. And then just drift it back over to the racing line. Magix almost did it that time. Almost carried enough speed to get himself past Philo. But it didn't work. So Potter McPot in third, Tabron in the pits, Bobby in the pits. Let's just get out of this view. Keep an eye on this fight. Well, I've gone to Surfer, I don't know. So who's going to be the first man to chuck themselves in the pits here? Philo just under quarter of a tank. Magix, he's used a little bit more. Philo was tucked in the slipstream of Tabron and Magix for a few laps. Saved himself a little bit more fuel. The tyres look a little bit more worn out than Magix. So we'll see whether that benefits him. So Surfer Ev stopped out. He's yet to pit. So he chucks himself up into third. Potter McPot out on the hard tyre now for his middle stint. John Raz on the hards. Up into fifth. Yet to stop. Jambu in sixth. Now on the hard tyre for Jambu. Oh, is that Bobby trying to get one down the inside for Bob? Up into sixth then. Does he hold on to it? He does. So Bob out on the medium tyres now on the Renault. Jambu in seventh on those hard tyres. Tabron eighth. Now on the hard tyre as well. Was leading this race. Fat Pickles coming at him for that eighth. That back down the inside for Tabron. Holds on to it. Fat Pickles on the medium tyre versus this hard tyred Aston. We'll see. Dangly ball. So he's... Whoa, Fat Pickles trying to sling one on the grass to get past Tabron. Nowhere to go for Fat Pickles into 130R. To go down to the chicane either. It's just allowed Dangly Ball to close up on these two. So it might in with a shout of getting a position or two here. Surfer Ev, John Raz in the pits, James Harbin in 11th, Diablo 12th. So on the medium tyre now for Diablo, G-Marge 13th, hard tyre for G-Marge. John Raz back out the pits, 10th. Is he going to hold on to it into turn 1? Yes, James Harbin tried to get past him. Has to hold on to 11th. So Diablo G-Marge, Delhi B back out the pits in on a set of mediums. See if he can close some gaps back up now. Purcell 36 seconds down on the medium tyre. Philo been in and out. He's out on the hard tyre now. Magic's on the softs. So totally different strategies. We should see Magic's slide past Philo quite easily now, really, with those soft tyres on, but we'll see. Ebb's not in third anymore, Bill. He hadn't pit, that was all. So Potter on those hards, holding third, 4.1 back from Magic's. NRT Bobby fourth, out on the medium tyre. He should be able to close that gap back up on Potter. Maybe not all the way. Potter won't be out on those softs too long, I wouldn't have thought. So Jambu fifth, he's now on the hard tyre, so losing a bit of time to Bob. Surfer Ev sixth, out on the hard tyre as well is Surfer. Tambron looking for seventh, past. Oh, sorry, Tambron getting seventh taken off him by Fat Pickles. Lightning ball been dropped from this fight a tiny bit. His tyres are a little bit more worn out. So John Raz out the pits, holding that 10th. James Harbin, medium tyres as well. Why did it go to? Why won't he do that? Why will he do that, PlayStation? Swine. Medium tyres then for John Raz. James Harbin. Oh, James getting turn 1 a little bit wrong. He's done well to keep that in a straight line. Got it on the grass, but losing a lot of time to John now. 2.3 back, just trying to get the dirt off those things. So Diablo mediums, he might be able to close that gap up on James Harbin a tiny bit now. G-Marge on the hards is closed back up on Diablo though. 1.6 seconds the gap between those two. GT Delhi B now 10 seconds back. Medium tyres on board for him. Purcell 35 seconds, so he is pulling a second in here and there. He's a long way off. We're having a lonely old race for Purcell. It's a shame. Early on in the race as well, pulling right off the pack. So Philo's picked himself up a penalty. Magic's has closed the gap right upon him. There was a second or two. They're on completely different strategies now. Philo's on the hard tyre. Magic's is out on the soft. So we should be able to see Magic's go for a little bit of a move. Should be able to outbrake and out-turn, out-accelerate Philo in every department now with those extra tyres, better tyres. He's just got to look for that little opportunity to get his nose up the inside. Absolutely nowhere to go for him. Philo just taking up all that racetrack. He's got to have another go either down towards Spoon or up the back straight, or he's got to wait till the start finish straight again. Closes up again into the hairpin. Philo just trying to drop that toe. get it done into Spoon. He's got to stick with him closely as they come out on the exit. Even I'm getting a little bit antsy in my chair right now. So new driver to this league is Magic's. He's putting the boys under pressure as well. He's not worked up the back straight. He's not going to be able to sling one up the inside at the Casino Triangle either. Could be now though. Up the inside then for Magic's. Is Philo going to carry the speed around the outside? No. Philo has to drop himself into second then, so he's got a penalty to drop as well. Can Magic start pulling a gap on those soft tyres? They are going to wear out a lot quicker than Philo's hards, but he should be able to pull that time away from him. Potter McPot, 6.5 seconds in third. NRT Bobby, Potter looks like he might have had a little bit of a mistake to drop all that time. I know Bobby was going to close that gap up, but I didn't think it was going to be that quick. So 1.4 back now for Bob on the medium tyre in the Renault. Pull time over Jambu. Maybe he has just driven that so well then, Bob. Giving you less credit than you deserve. So Potter's got a bit of a job on his hands then to try and fend off Bob on the slightly faster tyre. So just over 20 minutes remaining, half an hour gone. Let's go and have a look. Looks like Magic's and Philo are still bumper to bumper. Pretty much 0.7 of a second. Magic's has just managed to squeak out a little bit of time. But Philo's getting the toe up the hill. Carries a lot of speed through 130R as well. Tries to drop his penalty into the chicane. Drop the attacking Philo. Philo, I think on those hard tyres will be quite happy just to sit right behind you as long as he can stick with your pace. He'll save a bit of fuel. He'll be letting you do all the work. I'm giving away Philo's strategy, but anyone can see it. Lost a bit of time through the S's. Magic needs to, I was going to say, he needs to start thinking about keeping that gap down towards Spoon and back up the hill. Drop the toe from TNR Philo. And he'll really struggle to get the time back with the hard tyre. He does take it just over a second then, does Magic. No threat from behind though, Philo. Potter still 9.7 seconds back. I do think so Magic's got his hards to go at the end. He needs to start pulling a big old gap from Philo if he expects to keep that top spot. Philo's got the, what's Philo got? Did he have the softs on at the start? I can't remember what he had on the start. Was he rolling mediums? He might have the softs at the end. Potter's also got the softs at the end. He's under masses of pressure now from NRT Bobby. Bobby on the medium tyre. Half a second between them. Maybe a bit too far back down this straight. It's going to be putting him under some pressure into the S's for certain. Yes, Bob still has got plenty of fuel in his car. I'll show you. There you go, look, just under half a tank. So still hot on the tail of Potter. Potter got a tiny bit of penalty to lose on those hard tyres as well as Potter in front. Closes up into the hairpin. Can he get a good exit? Oh, Potter gets a little bit squirrely on the exit. That's just compromised Bob a tiny bit. Bob looking to go down the inside though. Potter's going to have the inside line down into Spoon if he can hold the speed. I think he's got it. Yeah, he's far too far in front of Bob. Bob has to back out then. He has another chance up the hill. Bob getting it a little bit squirrely this time. Closing up on Potter. Potter's got defensive. He's going to make Bob run around the outside. Can Bob do it on the mediums? One set of mediums. He's kept it on track. And Potter just slots it across to hold that defensive line, but he's gone a bit deep. Bob slots himself through to take that third position. Good bit of battling between these two. Oh, Potter shucks it in the pits, just sideways on the way in. So he won't be happy about that, getting it a little bit wrong on the way in. Let's go and see where Magix is. So he's pulled 1.7 seconds over TNR Philo. Not a lot of wear on those hards of Philos though. A fair chunk on Magix's softs. So that gap he's got is not going to be enough unless he can run a few more laps, but still I don't think he's going to be able to pull enough of a gap from TNR Philo to fend off the very fast Renault driver once he gets the soft tyres on at the end. Because Magix will be on the hards. .6 seconds back. And losing a bit of time through the hairpin then, Philo. Bobby on those mediums then into third, Jambu fourth. Potter's been in the pits, he's come back out in seventh. Fat Pickles Bro is in fifth. These positions will all swap around again as drivers come in for their final stint. John Raz sixth, Potter McPot seventh then, racing softs to go for him. Get anywhere near Philo and Magix again. 14 minutes remaining. Let's see. James Harbin in 8th. Still yet to take final stop, I think. Tabron just come in. He's in 9th. Gutted for you, Tabron. You were having a damn good race earlier on. Philo in the pits this lap then, the second place driver. Surfer Ev in 10th. So stopped out on the soft tyre for his final stint. Diablo on the mediums, again yet to stop, take his final set of tyres. Bit of a penalty to lose. GT Delhi B also a chunk of penalty to lose. To 12th, it's 1.8 seconds back from Diablo. G Marge out on the fresh set of soft, so he'll be closing the gap up on GT Delhi B. Might see Delhi B, might come in now. It does. So we'll see where Delhi B comes back out. Magix is still out on those softs. He's got plenty of fuel, he can run for a fair chunk of time. He has still got to put those hards on. Whether he goes for a last couple of laps sort of hard stint, we'll wait and see. So Bobby up into second, but he's got to take his last stop. Philo back out the pits after his last stop, so he's on the softs. 2 seconds back from Bobby. Again, that position will be swapped any second when Bob comes in the pits. And we still wait for Magics to come in. 18 seconds down from race leader at the minute is Philo. Fat Pickles Bro in fourth. Oh, Fat Pickles Bro getting it wrong into Spoon. Just catching a wheel on that AstroTurf, and that's put him backwards. He's lost 2 positions, down into 6th then. John Raz and Potter McPot getting through. Magic's in the pits now. Just got to take on board enough fuel for 11.5 minutes. Bobby in this lap. Magic's back out then. TNR Philo coming down this start-finish straight. But Magic's now half a tank of fuel, hard tyres on board. Philo, soft tyres, just a little bit over. Wow, he's drifting it through there, is Philo. Just a little bit over half a tank. Bobby back out the pits in third. Does he hang on to that? Potter's trying to get past. He's only been in a lap or so ago. Oh, tries to chuck one up the inside. Not sure if he's going to hold on to that. Does just by the skin of his teeth. Bob not able to carry enough speed. Maybe slightly heavy-handed from Potter, but he's up into third. So Magic's gap at 5.7 seconds. Now they're up to speed. There's TNR Philo just coming through Gr3 then, down towards the hairpin. See what Magic's can do for this last 10 minutes. Can he keep the 5.5 second gap? So it looks like Potter and Bob are going to have a good old punch up to the end of the race as well. Almost 20 seconds off the top 2. Right, the gap coming down to less than 5 seconds between Philo and Magic's. Just got to take it that little bit slower, brake tiny bit earlier. Allowing Philo to just chop little tenths out of him here and there. So the gap down to 4.5 seconds. Potter and Bob still battling it out, coming into the casino triangle. Potter still holding on to third, Bob fourth. It's quite close though, Bob. I don't think he's quite close enough to make a move down the start-finish straight. Needs to be a little bit closer than that, although the Renault is quite quick. Yep, yes it was. It was Billy. Very bad luck. So Jambu 5th, John Raz in 6th. Fresh set of boots on board for him. He'll be looking for that 5th place back off of Jambu. Lexus versus Mitsubishi. 9 minutes remaining. We'll come back and check on that. So Jambu 5th, John Raz 6th. Tabron 7th. Fat Pickles Bro in 8th, 2.7 back. Sorry, it wasn't 2.7 back, it was 2 seconds back. I was looking at Surfer Ev, 2.7 back. Holding on to 9th at the minute for Surfer. James Harbin in 10th. G Marge in 11th. Dangly Ball 12th. He's got Deli B and Diablo closing up on him. Got past Diablo then, Deli B. Purcell, yeah, lost all sorts of time down over a minute back now, Purcell. Okay, Magic's 8 minutes remaining, 2 seconds, 2.1 seconds between himself and Philo. Potter McPot and NRT Bobby are actually closing up on race leaders. A bit too far back to make anything of it yet. Not unless there's a great big mistake from one of the 2 drivers in front. Potter and Bob get to go round again. Bob's got to try it all over. Philo, gap down to 1.7 between himself and the first place driver. Magic's 1.5 seconds through turn 1. Bumper cam. Purple sectors, purple laps, everything for TNR Philo. He's looking for the win. Didn't get quali though, got that snuck away from him by NRT Bobby. Down towards this hairpin then. Philo a little bit too far back to sling one up the inside there, but if he gets a good exit, get a good run down towards Spoon. Again, not going to work down here, I don't think, a little bit too far back. Closes up again. Is he going to go for a run up the back straight? Magix goes defensive, pushes Philo over to the right hand side of the track and then squeezes back over. Try and get the best line possible for himself through that turn. Both drivers going very hot into the chicane. Great bit of driving from the pair of them. Magic's doing some good defensive driving work there to try and fend off Philo. Philo going for a slingshot around the outside. It's hugging that inside line. Philo trying to run it around the outside. Just tightens up through here. Magic has just got to keep it over to the left, and that keeps this corner defended, and then you can't get anyone through these, not without really pushing anyone off track. Although, as he says that, Philo goes for the most amazing move ever. Chucks one up the inside of Magic. Sure that was as much of a surprise to Magic as it was to us. Philo then up into top spot. Magic's with all the work to do. 1.1, 1.2 seconds back, but he's on those hard tyres. It's going to be hard to push to gain that time back up on Philo now. Yeah, it was a good move by Philo. He saw the opportunity and he took it. Just managed to get himself up the inside as Magic's turned in. Potter McPot still holding this third position. The size of the rear wheels on that thing. They're so fat. So are we going to see NRT Bobby try and do the same thing? He's going to go for a move up the back straight. He's pretty close. Both drivers getting a little wheel full of dirt there. Not close enough this time for Bob. Trying to hang on to Potter. Goes into the casino. Again, Potter going deep. Good driving between these two as well. Oh, both drivers getting a little bit squirrely. Potter getting more squirrely than Bob though. Oh, just losing a bit of time. That's just allowed Bob to creep through. But Potter's still got 3.5 minutes left to try and gain that back. Already closing the gap up on him as they head into turn 1. Just tries to hang it around the outside. It's not going to work through there. Back into the S's then. Are we going to see the move of all moves from Potter? Not just yet, we're not. He's actually losing a tiny bit of time to Bob through there. See the gap just getting a little bit bigger between Potter and Bob. Potter getting ever so slightly smaller in the frame. Can Potter close that gap back up? See see where Philo is now. 3.3 seconds. Yeah, the soft tyre, even though it's absolutely worn out, he's only got 2.5 minutes left to race on it. That will be pretty much the next lap and the next lap only. He may have one more to do if he's very lucky. So Magic's in second. He's had a good race as Magic's. He's been under pressure for a fair old chunk of it between Tabron and Philo. Bobby's got himself past. Oh yeah, Bobby got himself past Potter. We saw that down straight, but he is pulling time over Potter. 1.8 seconds, miles off of any attack to Magic's, but it's just pulling away from Potter. He's going to be unable to go for any kind of attack. That will become last lap for all of the drivers, I think. So Jambu still 6th, John Raz 5th, sorry, John Raz 6th. Oh, John Raz gets the exit of the casino a little bit wrong, so loses a position to Fat Pickles. He's got to get himself back up to speed as well, so he was looking good to have a bit of a dig at Jambu then. Didn't work out for him. Now down in 7th position, it's a big old gap back to Tabron in 8th. Tabron actually coming under a bit of pressure from James Harbord at the end of this one. G-Marge 10th. Surfer Ev 11th. Gap starting to spread out at the back of the pack then. Diablo 12th. Where's GT Delhi B? Another 5.5 seconds back in 13th. Dangly Ball 14th. He's managed to pick himself up a tiny bit of damage. And Purcell 15th. Fortunate for Purcell. It's a tough race for him tonight. So 30 seconds remaining on the race clock. We may see Philo get one extra lap in. We might not. I don't think he's going to make it round before that timer ticks over. So Philo is going to take the race win then. There it is. First place for Philo. Magic's going to come home in second. I've got to say, impressive drive from Magic's. Some clean driving, his strategy paid off well. Coming home second. NRT Bobby in third then. Got enough fuel in his car tonight, Bob. Sideways across the line. Potter McPot takes fourth. Just losing out to Bob near the end of that race. Jambu's going to come home in fifth. Fat Pickles Bro takes sixth. Sideways. John Raz takes seventh. James Harbin comes home for eighth. G-Marge ninth. Oof. Surfer Ev 10th. What's happened to Tabron? What happened to Tabron? What happened to Tabron? He's all the way down. Oh, he's picked up damage. Diablo's going to come home in 11th. I thought there was a couple of position switches there. Yeah, Tabron, all the damage. He's going to lose another position maybe. No, he just holds on to 12th. All sorts of damage on his car at the end of that one, so takes 12th. And GT Daily B 13th. Dagliball 14th, and poor old Jambu, Purcell 15th, after getting smashed. But yeah, some really good racing up the front there between Magic 66 and Philo and Potter and Bob, and yeah, it's good. It's good for Tabron for a while. I don't know what happened to Tabron. First little bit of the race, first sort of stint was great, and then it just all went horribly, horribly wrong for him. It's a bit of a shame. So that was round 7 of MRC's Team Oliver Racing Gr3 League. You've watched the Pro League with me, Dark Smoker. The Pro Am League is over on CJW's channel on Twitch. although he live streams it on Twitch and then he uploads it to YouTube later on in the week. So it will be on YouTube if you want to wait around. Entirely up to you. Right, me, myself, and I. Tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, we've got the Rallycross boys back with P1. We're back at Tarmac. Are we here? Are we here or are we Fuji? I can't remember. I think we might be Fuji tomorrow. So that's tomorrow night, 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock on Friday, I'm covering the Fusion League GTTCC, so that's GR4 class cars. All depends on whether the lobby's full though. I've still not had a word whether we've got a full lobby. If it's full 16 drivers, obviously there's no spot for me. So that'll have to be post-race, Saturday afternoon, Saturday something, Saturday morning, whatever. Saturday night off, unless I'm doing those. Sunday night, back with the MX-5s at 8 o'clock with Tanso Racing, and then at 9 o'clock, straight after that, we've got the P1 boys back again, and their M3 League. That's the GT3 League class cars again, same league as these, same class as these. Monday night, 8:30, back with Chewit Racing Mini Cooper Cup, again hosted by the Tanso boys, and bad news, people, the Lamborghini League's gone. Yeah, lack of drivers really. So we started off well, and then yeah, we just lost a few drivers. I think we lost a few due to Red Bull in the wet. A lot of drivers not really liking driving that. So yeah, so the Lamborghini on Tuesday has been cancelled. It gives me another day off. I appreciate that. Don't get me wrong. You know, trying to push the channel as much work as possible, but I do appreciate the nights off. I really do. If you want to help my channel out, get yourselves over to buymeacoffee.com/dartsmoker. Drop a little donation if you can. Other than that, I hope you like Billy. You've been yawping on. Cheers, Chunky. Fuel. What do you mean? Oh, Bob. Yeah. Yeah. Other than that, I hope you like what you watched. Give it a like. Give it a subscribe. Tell your mates. Tell your mums. My name's Dartsmoker. I'm out of here.